All right, good afternoon, everybody. We are so excited that you're joining us for the Illinois Association for College Admission Counseling College Fair. Just as a reminder, we cannot see or hear you during this webinar, and so in order to best communicate with us, you can use the Q&A feature. If you have any questions, please just make sure that you direct those specifically to the institution that you're wanting to hear from. That way we get the best information back to you. There will be additional sessions happening over the next couple of hours, and so you can log back in to sign up for additional sessions at strivescan.com/Illinois. And that is also the location where we will put the recordings for this session as well as all of the other ones. So you are currently in session D2. And so these are the institutions that you will be hearing from today. And so to get us started, we are going to hear from Fairleigh Dickinson University.
Thank you so much. Give me 1 second, pull up my PowerPoint. All right, so my name is Megan Troy, and I'm an undergraduate admissions counselor for Fairleigh Dickinson University, and I do work with students that are coming from the Illinois area. A little bit about us: we are in the state of New Jersey. We do have two campuses. One is our Florham campus in Madison, New Jersey, about 20 miles from New York City, while the other is in our metropolitan campus in Teaneck, New Jersey, about 6 miles from New York City. Along with our two campuses, we do have over 100 options in majors and concentrations across our two campuses. While some will differ from one campus to the other, majority of our majors can be found on both campuses. We're considered a medium-sized institution, but since we have two campuses, we can run as a small school. So our student to faculty ratio is about 12:1, with the average class sizes being about 20 to 25 students per class. Our university has about 146 different student organizations across the two campuses. So those can include academic, social, pre-professional, interest, and sports clubs. If there is not something that interests you, you are more than welcome to start a new organization. We have over about 43 different academic programs that allow for our students to do something we call the Combined Degree Advantage. This is a program that allows for our students to earn not just their bachelor's degree, but their master's degree as well. And they do that in one additional academic year. And for all students that are applying to the institution, we will of course look at you for merit-based scholarships, so you don't have to apply for that. Majority of our students do come to FDU on some type of scholarship or financial aid. A little bit about our two campuses. So they are a little different from one another. Our metropolitan campus does house our 21 different Division I athletics, while our Florham campus houses 19 Division III athletics. Those numbers will be changing in the next 2 academic school years as we are adding Division I men's volleyball and Division I women's lacrosse and Division III track and field. Both of our campuses has a residence life. So if living on campus is something that you'd like to do, and if you're coming from Illinois, that's probably something you will be doing. We do have res life on both campuses. The metropolitan campus, like I mentioned, is about 6 miles from New York City. This campus houses some specific programs like our engineering and engineering technologies programs, along with our criminal justice and marine biologies programs. Our Madison campus has a little bit of history to it. The property itself belonged to the Vanderbilt Trombley family. So we are looking right now at their former mansion, which is also an event space, an administration building, and classroom building. What's different about the Madison campus is that this is where our School of the Arts is housed. So any student that has any interest in graphic design, film, animation, theater, that's where your program will be located. Outside of those areas, all of our other programs, like I mentioned earlier, are going to be on both of our campuses. A bit of a breakdown of our colleges and schools. We are separated into 9 colleges and schools, and that's really important when it comes to advising, looking for someone to talk to about internship opportunities. Outside of our career development, we have a liaison within each department to help students find those experiential learning opportunities, those internship, those networking opportunities. Some other things that FDU does really well, I think we have a great study abroad program. Like many institutions, study abroad is a part of what we do. And while we weren't able to do it this year, we are hoping to open that program back up for our students in the next academic school year. And why is it important to us to study abroad? We have 2 international campuses of our own. We have one campus in England, about 70 miles from London, and another campus in the downtown Vancouver, Canada area. Both of those campuses, it costs the same for our students to attend our New Jersey campuses as it would cost them to attend a semester at one of our 2 international campuses. New York City is also very close to us, and so we take our time to make sure we explore there as well. If you catch us on Instagram soon, we will actually have some of our student ambassadors giving you a little bit of a tour of New York City. What I think is my favorite is that we participate in what we call the Broadway Bound program. So every semester, about 2 to 3 shows a semester, and it costs our students only $20 or $25 for a ticket. So even if it's not your thing, you should try it at least once. Admissions to FDU is very simple. We are part of the common application, so you're more than welcome to apply that way, or you can apply directly on FDU's website using our application. We are a rolling admissions institution, so you can of course apply at any point, but I always recommend December 1st for high school seniors, because at that point we are waiving our application fee and we are awarding our $1,000 FDU grant to any student that's admitted that applies by the December 1st deadline and is admitted. And of course, that gives you maximum scholarship consideration as well. I forgot to mention, sorry, the things that you need, we are test optional, so you just need to send us your official transcripts. If you have test scores, you're more than welcome to send them in. Right now, we only consider test scores for 2 of our academic programs. All the others, you can apply with just your transcript to be admitted. We are having on-campus tours, so if that is something you are interested in and you have some time, maybe this summer, feel free to call our campus and schedule one. And then if you have any questions, I will put all my information in the chat. But again, my name is Megan Troy. Thank you so much for your time. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the presentations this evening.
All right, thank you so much to Fairleigh Dickinson for joining us. And just as a reminder, if anybody has questions for our institutions, you can submit those via the Q&A function. We just ask that you make sure to address those specifically to the school that you're wanting to hear back from. So moving right along, we are now going to hear from Emmanuel College.
All right, good evening, everybody. My name is Sean Lee. I'm one of the assistant directors of admissions here at Emmanuel College. Let's go ahead and share my screen. All right, awesome. So a little bit more about us. Emmanuel College was founded in 1919 by the Sisters of Notre Dame de Namur in Boston, Massachusetts. Which is where we are still located in. As you can see here, a couple of statistics about the city of Boston. A lot of institutions say that they're in the Boston area, minutes from Boston, everything like that. We actually have the great fortune of being right in the Fenway neighborhood. What that means basically is we're a 10-minute walk away from Fenway Park, where the Boston Red Sox play, as well as being right by the Longwood Medical area, which has a number of world-class hospitals, as well as a number of financial and technology firms. So a lot of really great opportunities just to have a really fun college experience, in addition to being able to have a lot of really great internship and research opportunities as well. Kind of going over some of our academics, we have over 70 plus majors within 5 different schools, those being the School of Business and Management, the School of Science and Health, the School of Humanities and Social Sciences, the School of Education, as well as the Wilkins School of Nursing and Clinical Sciences. Kind of expanding into that, in addition to having those 70 plus majors, minors, and areas of study, we also have 94 full-time faculty members, as well as a number of part-time. We have no teaching assistants. Everyone who will be instructing you is someone who is certified to be teaching you in that course. Another thing that I want to bring up is our student to faculty ratio. Being that our total undergraduate population is around 2,000 students, we're definitely a smaller school, but because of that, we're able to offer a very personalized attention to your education. On average, we have a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio, average class size of around 20 to 22 students, so hopefully not too much bigger than your class sizes right now, but we want to make sure that we give you guys an environment that make you feel comfortable in the classroom, make you feel like you can raise your hand, ask questions, get to know your peers and professors. So we want to make sure that we offer that to you as you're kind of going through your academic experience. In addition to that, Emmanuel College is part of what's called the Colleges of the Fenway Consortium. Basically what that means is we're part of a group of 5 colleges right here in the Fenway neighborhood of Boston. So including us, we also have Simmons University, the Mass College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, Mass College of Art and Design, as well as the Wentworth Institute of Technology. So being that we're a part of these 5 colleges, what's really nice about that is actually you can cross-register with any of those universities. So if you're interested in being a health science major, you can actually take some classes as well at MCPHS. Similarly, if you're a graphic design major, take classes with Mass College of Art and Design. So there's a lot of really great opportunities in terms of what kind of classes and having a broad range of classes to choose from within our 5 campuses per se. Kind of going into what our students do outside the classroom, we have over 100 different student clubs and organizations and activities to kind of join. We have a number of different activities, including special interest clubs, pre-professional clubs, as well as clubs based on social justice, which is a big thing that we like to do here. It's very passionate about here at the school. So whatever you're kind of interested, we have it in some form, whether it is a video game club or even foosball, as you can kind of see in the pictures here. So there's a lot of things to do outside the classroom, and that's definitely a big thing that we like to emphasize. We never want you guys to just be sitting in your dorms all the time. We want you guys to get out there and get involved, whether that's on campus or in the city. In addition to that, we have 16 NCAA Division III teams that compete in the Greater Northeast Athletic Conference. So if you're interested in continuing your athletic career and you'd like to play for one of our teams, you can definitely get involved in that way. In addition to that, we do have a number of club and intramural sports as well. It's a great way to continue to play without having to be at the NCAA level, particularly club if you want to practice 2 or 3 times a week and have games and tournaments on the weekends, or if you're interested in just playing intramural because you really can't beat pickup basketball or flag football by any means. We also have over 500 different study abroad opportunities, and there's a couple different ways you can go about doing that, whether that is the traditional semester-long study abroad process, if you want to go for an accelerated program over the winter or summer breaks, or are actually very concentrated study abroad classes. So what you can actually do is study an entire culture for the semester. And at the end of the semester, you can actually go travel to that country that you've been studying with your classmates or with your professors. There's a lot of really great ways to have a study abroad experience, especially if you're not even interested in doing a very traditional semester-long process. So however you want to kind of go about doing that. Kind of leaning into the application requirements, similar to Fairleigh Dickinson, we are also Common App exclusive. We don't have an application fee for the standard Common App. The only thing that we do require is your application essay, transcripts from any high schools that you might have attended, and 2 letters of recommendation, at least one from a school counselor and an academic teacher. In addition to that, we are a test optional university. In the past, typically for our nursing program, we do require the SAT or the ACT. However, this past year, we did not require it. We haven't really made a decision yet on whether or not we're going to require for next year. That's kind of where we're at right now regarding the nursing program. In addition to that, we have 3 application deadlines. So the first one being November 1st, then December 15th, and February 15th. And any application that received after a regular decision on February 15th will actually be considered on a rolling basis. I encourage you guys to check out our social media. On our YouTube channel, we actually post a admissions tips video series that we can work with. And I actually run the Instagram myself, so feel free to check that out. I like to post a lot of funny memes on there. So definitely encourage you guys to follow us on Instagram at @applyemmanuel. And that's it for me. So I will also add my information, and feel free to chat with any questions.
All right, thank you so much for your time in presenting. Moving right along, we are now going to hear from Seton Hall University.
Great, wonderful, thank you. All right, just share my screen. All right, so good evening, everyone. My name is Kim Thompson. I'm the Senior Assistant Director of Admissions at Seton Hall. So Seton Hall is considered to be a medium-sized school, which we believe gives the best of both worlds. We have tons of majors and lots of research opportunities that you would typically get at the larger institutions, but then we offer the small, nurturing classroom environments that you see at the smaller schools. So we're conveniently located in South Orange, New Jersey, which is just 20 minutes from the Newark Airport, 30 minutes from New York City, an hour from Philadelphia, the mountains, the beaches. So our location really allows you to experience all types of settings. We have about 6,200 undergraduate students. If you combine that with graduate students, we're at just over 10,000 total. We have 55% of our students as female, 45% are male, all 50 states represented as well as 70 countries, and a 45% diversity rate. So our average class size is just 21 students. Each year that you're in your program of study, though, you'll find that those class sizes will gradually get smaller and smaller. Freshman English is one of the largest classes you'll experience because every student takes it regardless of major, but still on average, it's only about 15 total students. We have a student to faculty ratio of just 14:1 with close faculty mentorship and minimal graduate assistance. At Seton Hall, you'll never be taught by a GA. They're usually assisting the professor with labs and things of that nature. So we also offer, as part of the student's tuition, internship and career services, counseling and psychological services, disability and support services, academic resource center, which is our tutoring center, tutors in residence, which is tutoring after hours, and they live in the residence halls, as well as health and wellness. So we also offer over 90 programs that are housed in 7 of our undergraduate colleges. College of Arts and Sciences is our oldest and largest. We also have a School of Diplomacy and International Relations, a Stillman School of Business, a College of Nursing, College of Education and Human Services, College of Communication and the Arts, and a School of Theology. We also have several unique programs that'll give you a dual degree. So we have a partnership with Stevens Institute of Technology, which is maybe about a 30-minute drive from our main campus. It's a dual engineering program as well as artificial intelligence. We have dual law programs, 5 different pathways to go directly to our law school. So social work, religion, political science, business, and diplomacy are all options for that. We have a School of Health and Medical Sciences, which offers majors in athletic training, physical therapy, occupational therapy, physician assistant, speech pathology, and a joint MD program. We have over 17,000 available internship opportunities to our students. Most of our students do recognize the importance of getting that hands-on experience while enrolled, so many of them will graduate with 1 or more internships. We have an employment rate at about 92%, and our 12-member Career Center is behind all of this. They're really good at finding internship placements for our students, finding employment when they graduate, helping with drafting cover letters, resumes, interview skills, you name it. Our Center for Academic Success is our freshman advising program. They will advise all first-year students initially. After their first year, they will then go through the department depending on what program they're in, but they will also be paired with a peer advisor who is a current student on campus, typically an upperclassman who's in a similar major, if not the same exact major. We currently have over 150 student clubs and organizations on campus, which range from student dance teams to a Harry Potter club, you name it, we probably offer it. We also have 26 Greek organizations. We offer lots of student-led theater performances, both on campus and in the village of South Orange. And we also bring dances, carnivals, festivals, comedians, you name it, to campus. We have 14 Division I athletic teams, and we are part of the Big East Conference. Our most notable sport is our men's basketball team, but a lot of really other great solid programs as well. We also have over 25 club and intramural sports. They are very popular with our students. About 50% of our students will typically participate in one or the other. For residence life, 80% of our freshmen choose to live in university housing. After that, it's about 50% of the total undergraduate population. We do offer 6 residence halls and 2 apartment buildings, which will provide doubles, triples, and 4-person suites. So the cost of attendance, once you combine tuition fees, room and board, is just around $61,000 per year. But that is just the sticker price, so don't let that number scare you away because we can be very affordable. We give over $100 million in grants and scholarships each year, and only 2% of students I end up paying that entire amount. Most of our students do receive aid directly from Seton Hall in the form of grants, scholarships. We do try as much as we can to close that gap as much as possible. So we have 2 early action deadlines, which are non-binding, November 15th and December 15th. After those dates, we offer regular decision deadlines of February 1st and March 1st. As part of the application process, we require the actual application. We are a part of the Common App. We also have our own Seton Hall application. We don't have a preference as to which one you choose. There's an essay that's required, official high school transcripts, 1 counselor report, and 1 teacher recommendation. SATs and ACTs are not required. We are test optional through fall of 2026. That was just recently announced. So if you want to submit test scores, by all means, we welcome it, but it's not required. It is only required for 2 of our programs, our joint MD program and our College of Education. We are open to visitors as well. We offer in-person visits on campus in both campuses, actually, our South Orange and our IHS campus, Monday through Saturday, just about every week. We also have open houses, financial aid workshops, lots of opportunities to visit the campus. And finally, I'll end with my contact information. You can reach out to me at any time, follow us on social media. We're always happy to answer questions. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much to Seton Hall for joining us. And we are now going to turn it over to West Virginia University.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Madeline Ryan, and I am your admissions counselor for Illinois. And I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, great. So welcome to West Virginia University. So we actually have 3 different campuses across the state of West Virginia as part of our university system. So each of the campuses will have different admissions offices. We have different campus environments and different academic programming. So we do encourage you to do your research, learn about the differences, and find the campus that is going to be the best fit for you. So our flagship campus is our Morgantown campus. So it's located in North Central West Virginia, about 6 hours from New York and 7.5 hours from Chicago. So definitely a doable driving distance. And then if you're going to be flying into campus, it's a 1-hour drive from the Pittsburgh airport. So we have about 27,000 students coming from all 50 states and 118 different countries. And we're actually majority non-resident. So about 55% of our students are coming from outside of the state. So we are very proud to be ranked among the top 3% of universities worldwide. You can see some of the prestigious scholarships that our students earn, and then some of the top Fortune 500 companies that also hire our students, or our students might go on to earn a graduate or a professional degree. So we are one of 130 institutions ranked as an R1 research institution. So that just means that students are completing the highest levels of research. So you can actually start doing research with us the summer before your freshman year. Your research can be paid, you can be published by the time you graduate. And this is in both the STEM and non-STEM fields. So experiential learning in general is very important to us. You could also earn 1,100 hours of clinicals right there at our Ruby Memorial Hospital, a level 1 trauma center hospital, or you can study abroad in one of 50 different countries. So you can choose from a 2-week program, semester-long program, or full academic year. Then maybe you want to join one of our student project teams. You want to compete at either national or international competitions. You can also do that. So Morgantown is really a college town with a small city feel. Like I said, we have about 30,000 students who are thinking undergraduate, graduate, and professional, and about 30,000 Morgantown residents. Our location in the mountains and surrounded by rivers really allows for you to participate in some of our Adventure West Virginia programming. So camping, canoeing, hiking, whitewater rafting, zip lining. If you're interested, you will get all 4 seasons. So it really allows you to enjoy your environment. You can also cheer on one of 18 different NCAA Division I athletic teams with all of our students and fans from across the country, or you can join one of 485 student organizations. So again, like some of the other reps have said, social, cultural, pre-professional, Greek life, you name it, you can probably find it, or you can start it with some of your other friends. So a little bit more about the admissions process. We do have rolling admissions. So the application will open the August before your senior year, and you can apply using our online application or the Common App. We don't have a preference for either. And we are not requiring essays or letters of recommendation. They're not actually going to be considered. So you want to see the courses that you've taken in high school, how well you've done, any dual enrollment coursework, you can submit that as well. We did adopt a test optional policy for our fall 2021 application term, and we are looking to make this a permanent change. Again, more information will be shared, and you can find the most up-to-date information on our admissions website. We do have 14 schools and colleges across campus. So when you're filling out your freshman application, you can decide to apply to one of these 14 schools or colleges. You will see on our admissions website that we do have different admissions criteria for your majors. I did mention that we have test optional, but maybe our engineering, business, some of our health science majors might require a test score for direct admission consideration. Otherwise, you can still be admitted as a pre-major and take your prerequisites that first year. Many of our students will double major or add on a minor, so that's also something you can do. So we'd love to have you visit campus. We did just reopen both of our visitor centers on campus. You can schedule a tour with us. We have a lot of virtual programming as well. Our tour guides are walking the campus with GoPros, but please do connect and reach out to me if you have any additional questions. Once again, my name is Madeline Ryan and I'm your admissions counselor.
All right, fantastic. And just as a reminder to those joining in, if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to submit those via the Q&A function, and just make sure that you address those specifically to the institution that you'd like to hear from. We are now going to turn it over to Johnson & Wales University.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Brittany McLaughlin. I'm the local admissions rep from Johnson & Wales. So we actually have two different locations at Johnson & Wales. Our first one is where I graduated from, Providence, Rhode Island. And it's about an hour south from Boston, and it's about a 3-hour drive north from New York City. We have around 6,700 students there. This is downtown Providence right here. This green space down at the bottom is at our Down City campus, where most of our students will be taking their classes and living. And then about 2 miles south from Down City is our Harborside campus. You can see this big glass building right here. At Harborside campus on Narragansett Bay, our students for culinary arts and baking and pastry will usually live and take their classes there. The nice thing is there's 2 of everything, and there's a bus that goes back and forth every 10-15 minutes. I loved going to school in Providence because it was close to everything, 15 minutes from the airport. It's right down the street from the bus and the train station, so I could take the train down to New York City or take the bus up to Vermont or New Hampshire, go on a skiing or snowboarding trip with friends. Our next campus is a little bit warmer, Charlotte, North Carolina. It's right downtown Charlotte. It's right next to where the Carolina Panthers play. We have around 1,500 students there, so it's fairly smaller, but Charlotte's a great place to live. It has a lot of Fortune 500 companies, a lot of job opportunities after graduation. All right, so what type of learner are you? I'm definitely more of a hands-on learner, and that's typically what our students are as well. So we're very big on lab classes. Yes, we have traditional classes, but we have a lot of lab classes for all of our different majors. So you can see cake decorating lab going on over here. We also have a criminal justice crime lab, which is amazing. They do fingerprinting and break down fake crime scenes. Some of these students at the bottom are typically graphic design, social media, they're doing digital media, and they're creating marketing pieces for local companies or maybe nonprofits that can't afford to work on their marketing campaigns. We have a finance lab. We actually give our finance students real money to invest in the stock market to see what their choices, what comes from their choices. We have a great sports management lab. For our sports management students, fashion merchandising. We have our own gardens at the Charlotte campus. We have a lot of beverage tasting labs. You can see that they're doing beverage tasting down here. We have a mixology lab. We even have a chocolate classroom for our baking and pastry students. So really cool hands-on approach to our education. We only have small class sizes, which is really nice. You get to get through the material a little bit faster and get to know your professors and your chef instructors. Our chef instructors and our professors have all worked in the industry that they're teaching in. So they really bring that real life experience into the classroom, which I loved. We also have, I call it an upside down curriculum. So we have classes in our major our freshman year. So you don't have to wait till you're a junior or senior in college to get to those really fun classes. We have over 80 different majors at Johnson & Wales. We started as a business school, so we have business, hospitality, arts and sciences, engineering, design. What am I missing? Health and wellness, and our College of Food Innovation and Technology. So at Johnson & Wales, we are really well known for culinary arts. And we started a long time ago doing baking and pastry and culinary, which is our base. But then our students can go on to get their bachelor's degree in many different options. So if you want to be a product of research and development chef or food scientist and work for Ben & Jerry's ice cream, developing ice cream flavors, you could do that. You could go into culinary nutrition and be a performance chef working with sports teams across the country. Our students are currently working with the Red Sox, the LA Clippers, the LA Dodgers, the Green Bay Packers. I could go on for a really long time. So really cool experiences for those students to work with professional athletes in their food intake. We also have business. So we also have sustainable food systems, which is more farm to table. Besides working in the classroom more hands-on, we also are required to do a lot of internships. So typically our students will do 1 to 2 internships in the 4 years. And we have internship sites across the country and overseas as well. 71% of our students receive a job offer from their paid internship. You can also study abroad. We went to about 40 different countries. We're in Peru, Costa Rica, South Africa. We're throughout Europe, throughout Asia. I actually just studied abroad last spring. I flew home right when COVID hit. I was studying abroad with Johnson & Wales alumni in South Africa, and it was just a wonderful experience. So really great if you want to study abroad. We do have a place for you to live. We have residence halls on both campuses. They were required for freshmen and sophomores. We have gender neutral housing, and we're also pet friendly at Johnson & Wales. So if you wanted to bring your dog or your cat with you to campus, you can. They have to be under 40 pounds, so no Great Danes or Golden Retrievers. And besides just going to class, we have a lot of activities for our students. We have Greek life. We also have over 150 student-led clubs. Intramurals for NCAA Division III, if you like to do more competitive. We have new esports at the Providence campus with a new esports arena, which we're super pumped about. Financial aid, 94% of our students at Johnson Wales receive some type of financial aid or scholarship. And applying to Johnson & Wales, we are a free application. So it's great. You can apply on our website. We can send you a paper app, and we also are on the Common App. Once you apply, you can send in high school transcripts. They don't have to be official. If you can have grades through your junior year, we love to see it and make a decision. Optional, we've always been test optional at Johnson & Wales, but if you have it, we're welcome to look at it. The bigger picture we have, the better for us. Same thing with letters of recommendation or essays. Our early action deadline is November 1st, so students get to hear back by Thanksgiving. If not, it's July 4th. Here's my information. We are open for in-person and virtual visits. My Instagram's up there, Chef Brit JDU. I post a lot of recipes if you like to follow, but I'll also put it in the chat box. Thanks a lot and have a great day.
All right, thank you so much for joining. And finally, we are going to hear from Sacred Heart University.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kim Perrette, and I am with Sacred Heart University in Fairfield, Connecticut. This is my information here, and I'll also put that up on the last slide as well. Sacred Heart is a private Roman Catholic university. And again, Fairfield is actually only about an hour outside of New York City. For those of you in Illinois who are unfamiliar with Connecticut, our students love the fact that they're so close to the city. We've got this beautiful suburban campus and close proximity to New York, and also only a couple of hours from Boston as well. So I want to talk a little bit about academics first. We do offer 5 different colleges of study at Sacred Heart. We have our College of Arts and Sciences, which houses the School of Communication, Media, and the Arts. And one of the really popular majors in that area is sports communication. We also have a School of Social Work in that college as well. We offer our Isabel Farrington College of Education, our Jack Welch College of Business and Technology, which houses our School of Computer Science and Engineering, which also includes majors like game design and cybersecurity, which are really popular as well. We have our famous Davis and Henley College of Nursing, ranked best in Connecticut. That's one of our signature programs. It is a direct entry nursing program. And we have a College of Health Professions. We offer 2 campuses. We have a main campus and a west campus, which is pretty new. In the past few years, we've added that new west campus. We have 5,600 undergraduate students with a total student population, including our graduate students, of 8,400. We are ranked in the top 10 for happiest students. So I always like to throw that in there because that just lets you know that it is a very happy place to study. We have actually 2 campuses abroad. One is in Ireland and one is in Luxembourg. And then we are abroad programs with 30 other countries as well. We offer individualized attention in the classroom, and our average class size is about 22 students. I want to talk a little bit more about our College of Healthcare Professions. This college only offers 3 undergraduate degrees. You can see them there, but we offer so many master's and doctorate programs in this college that students are able to be pre-admitted to as an incoming freshman. So that's really important for students who know that they want to be a physical therapist, or they know that they want to get their master's in athletic training, or one of these other areas listed here. You can basically have your 6 or 7 year plan as you're starting out as a freshman. So as everybody has said before me, it's so important to get involved outside of your academic career. So Sacred Heart is no different. We have so much to do outside of the classroom, many, many clubs and organizations. We're actually ranked number 10 in the country for students who give back to the community. That's a big part of being a student at Sacred Heart. Our students really do have that heart for service. And we partner with Habitat for Humanity, among many other organizations as well. So plenty of volunteer opportunities for you. We do offer a fraternity and sorority life, but our biggest kind of area outside of academics is athletics. We offer over 33 Division I NCAA teams, over 35 club sports teams. So with a student body of 5,600, you know that many of our students are athletes. And even if it's just intramurals, we are very school spirited, go Pioneers. There's always some type of athletic activity going on campus or around campus. We have a big area of performing arts as well, which is really nice being close to New York City too. We offer band, orchestra, guard, many choral programs, many dance programs, theater arts. So there's so much you can do in those areas as well. And they offer scholarships too. We have an active campus ministry program, and we just opened a new diversity and inclusion center as well. These are just some photos I wanted to show. I'm not going to have time really to go over everything, but Sacred Heart is a growing campus. We're one of the fastest growing Catholic universities in the country right now, and just constantly building new things. We have that new West Campus. We have this new Bobby Valentine Athletic and Rec Center. You may recognize Bobby Valentine, our athletic director from the Mets baseball years ago. Also down at the bottom, there's a photo of our upper quad, which is just being completed right now, and we've got even more coming. So lots of new residence halls for students to enjoy. There's nothing better than having that new, fresh dorm room when you get to college. And here's another photo of our newest residence area. And we do offer now 4 years of housing is available, but you must live on campus for 2 years. So please check out YouTube or our website for many virtual tours. Admissions requirements, they're listed here. We're Common App exclusive. We are test optional as well. Average GPA 3.4 for most students, 3.7 for nursing. And we do offer every student a scholarship as an incoming freshman up to $18,000 per year, which are renewable. We have many other scholarships available based on interest or audition. And of course, you need to fill out the FAFSA and the CSS profile in order to get some federal aid and institutional aid. All right, and there's my information. Thank you so much for listening. Hope to talk with you soon.
All right. Well, thank you so much to all of these institutions for presenting. And I want to go ahead, just because we have some time, I want to invite everybody to turn on their video. And we're just going to do just a quick question. And we're going to go ahead and just go in the same order that everybody presented. And I'll get this up on the screen here in just a second. But aside from what you shared already, why don't you go ahead and just give one more interesting or fun fact about your school?
I think something that's really cool, I showed you guys a picture of the mansion on our campus. It's probably a very popular place for people to film. Something that was filmed recently, if you guys watched the Netflix series, The Trial of the Chicago 7, part of that was filmed at our mansion, and Patrick Dempsey just filmed what's it called, a pilot for a CBS show that he might be doing at our mansion as well. So every now and then you might get a glimpse of a celebrity walking on our Florham campus. I think that's pretty cool.
So for us, I know I already brought it up, but being right in the city of Boston, it's a great way for you to really have a good campus feel, but also really still get to enjoy the city. Again, we're about 9 minutes walking to Fenway Park. In addition to that, we're right by the T station on the Green Line, so you can definitely take it all the way up to North Station to TD Garden and watch Celtics play. Or if you just want to check out the Commons, the Museum of Fine Art, all that is right by our campus. So it's definitely a really great way to enjoy a city while still having that safe kind of campus feel.
And for Seton Hall, I will actually go with one of my favorite traditions that we offer is our tree lighting ceremony. We have actually been ranked #1 for Christmas spirit amongst universities for like the last 6 or 7 years in a row now. We have a huge tree on our campus that we decorate with thousands of lights. We give all of our students blue Santa hats. We have hot chocolate on the green. We have performances, a prayer. It's a really fun time. And even though it's freezing cold, usually students don't even notice because they're having so much fun.
Great, yes. And at West Virginia University, one of our favorite traditions, our marching band, known as the Pride of West Virginia. They're known for their enthusiasm and spirit and some of their great formations. And so their entrance onto the field, they actually form the shape of the state, the outline of the state. So that's really exciting. And during Mountaineer Week, you actually get to meet with your class and take a photo in the shape of the state of West Virginia. So that will be a really cool photo that you'll have for your archives.
I would say for Johnson and Wales, I think our name, a lot of people are saying, where do you get your name, Johnson and Wales? We actually were founded by two women. So I'm really proud of that, Mary Johnson and Gertrude Wales. So they started as a business school and it's grown since 1914. So I think that's pretty neat that back in a time when they didn't have a lot of, they couldn't even vote, they were able to start their own university.
I actually was going to talk about the Christmas tree lighting ceremony as well, which is really fun. But one thing I didn't mention, and I think probably some of the others did mention, are universities or smaller universities at least having learning communities, which at Sacred Heart are really great if you're a business major or a healthcare professions major. You have that option to live with other students who are majoring in the same thing. So it's really great for team projects or when you have speaker series come in to just to have everybody together that's majoring in the same thing.
Fantastic. Thank you all so much for that add-on there and just kind of letting us learn a little bit more about your institutions. So at this point, that is it for our time together this evening. And so thank you so much for everybody that has joined in. Just as a couple of housekeeping things as we're wrapping up, after you exit this webinar, there's going to be just a really quick survey. If you wouldn't mind filling that out, just as it allows StriveScan to continue to try to offer these fairs in the best quality possible for you. There are additional sessions, as I mentioned earlier, happening over the next 2 hours. So make sure to sign up for those. And you can also access recordings of this session, as well as any of the others happening this evening or yesterday at strivescan.com/Illinois. So again, thank you so much to our 6 institutions for joining us. And for those joining in on the participant end, we hope you have a great day. Thank you.